So, something about this game series, the franchise as a whole, whether it be this game or Danganronpa, these games have a reputation for being incredibly easy to spoil. So, even if you know just minute details, they could elaborately paint a broader picture and change your perception of things. So I believe in terms of respecting people's experiences, it's very important that people go into these games knowing absolutely nothing. Because even knowing the smallest of details can change an entire experience. It can make or break the game for a lot of people.
You can bring your own stuff into the mystery labyrinth?
He's just special.
There's something going on with Vivia. Vivia particularly. Shinigami's being very dismissive about that. That makes me very suspicious of her. And honestly, to be frank, I haven't been very suspicious of her throughout the whole game up to now. But I think Shinigami has a broader goal in mind. I think we're being used or manipulated in some way to serve a grander scheme or something like that, but I don't know what it is. Let's go with invited in by the doctor.
Right here.
Like I said, this was the only answer.
But why?
Yes, why?
Things are so muddled now because we're assuming the culprit forced their way inside. If the culprit was invited to the lab, then he easily would have been able to enter.
But if the culprit was invited in, what was the purpose for hiding in the decontamination duct unless it was to avoid us? If it was to avoid us, okay, that's understandable.
Huh? A trap?
Oh no.
Guess you were wrong, Yuma. Well, I already knew that before you entered.
What? Why didn't you tell me?
Because he said he wasn't going to do anything.
You wanted me to tell you? I should have said so earlier. People only grow and learn from past mistakes.
Well, I can't really learn if I die, Vivia. Oh shit.
Master, we have to get out of here!
How do we get out?
Use logic to show how this route is the wrong one!
Okay.
Alright, I'll try.
Show logic to say why this route was incorrect. Why is invited in by the doctor not correct? A floor plan of the lab. It was supposed to be a top secret file, but it was found hidden behind a houseplant. Security log. The security log at the critical lab. Whenever the security system is turned on or off, the data is automatically recorded. Records show the security system was disabled an hour ago. It has not turned back on since. Yuma and company used Amapal to disable the security. The last time it was disabled before that was 90 days ago. In other words, until Yuma and company disabled it, the security system had been running without issue for the past 90 days. Okay, so reasoning, if the security had only been deactivated when Yuma and Co. entered, then the person was not invited in by the doctor. That's not a conceivable possibility. I'm gonna use this. If the doctor would have invited somebody in, he would have had to have disabled the security himself.
If that's the case, he certainly didn't cut security just to let someone in.
Easy enough.
Well, I may have messed up, but at least we got a little closer to the
Hey,
truth.
it's okay. At least we didn't collapse through a floor 1,000 feet to our death, Yuma.
Maybe, but...
Poison arrows, deadly spikes, snakes, spiders. It could have been really bad. Even mystery labyrinth spiders, I'm sure, are terrible.
I'll do better next time.
Even though they're not real. Okay, so the doctor didn't invite anybody in. We know that for certain. So somebody must have infiltrated the lab. So I think standing atop of Amapal, sorry, excuse my fumbling, is definitely most certainly what happened, given what we know. Oh, how did the culprit enter the lab? So if we already tried the avenue of being invited in by the doctor and that wasn't it, and they didn't deactivate the security by cutting power, they must have never entered in the first place. But that isn't possible because in order to stab the doctor, they must have been in the lab. So it has to be the left one. It would have to be. But I don't think this is right either.
The culprit used the blackout to slip past security and into the lab. That
I don't
answer
think
is
so,
pretty
because the
simple.
doctor's answer, or the doctor's laboratory was kept on another power grid. Sorry, I was reading the text at the same time. If the doctor's laboratory was located on a separate power grid, then the blackout tripping the rest of the facility would not have mattered.
Again!
No need to worry, Yuma. I don't mind it at all if we can't find a way to move forward.
Sheesh. Even I'm losing motivation. You can take care of this on your own, can't you, Master?
Projectively, yes.
Don't let him influence you!
Is this the same sort of thing? Why is deactivated security by cutting power not correct? Security power supply. Obvious. It was kept on a separate
Doctor
grid.
said the critical lab was on a separate grid.
Right.
And the lab switchboard wasn't in the electrical room.
Yeah, we discovered that much when we were down there with Vivia checking out the scene
Security
after the murder.
wouldn't shut off, even if there was a blackout in the building.
Which is why I initially believed. So I believed that the blackout was tripped purposely by an individual. I don't think it was tripped by Yako or the murderer himself. I think it was due to a third-party colluder that we don't know, but I'm pretty sure it's Vivia, actually. I think Vivia played a part in this, but didn't directly murder the doctor, but supported Yako in murdering the doctor.
No,
I think is
excuses,
what
Master.
happened.
Do it again.
But I think the murderer is Yako for sure. I just don't know what his motive or his intent is.
You're
But I think it
tired,
has something to
Yuma.
do with the top-secret intel at
Why don't
Amaterasu.
you lie down for a bit.
I think Yako took an L to do a W, in that
Resting
sense.
here wouldn't help me at all.
Okay, so we bypassed that one, so this is going to bring us back about to that room with the 3 ways. So let's go into the middle avenue and see what we can uncover through that one. Wait, so what if this is all a grand loop around to go back to the first decision make room where we can go 2 ways? So let's go through this 3rd one now.
Right here!
Having never entered in the
Culprit
first
never
place,
Entered? But you said there's no doubt the culprit was in there.
but we're exploring the avenue of possibility. Perhaps the
So
intruder
you're
is not the
saying
culprit
that
after all.
The doctor committed suicide.
No, I'm not.
If the doctor committed suicide, then the culprit wasn't the intruder, but the doctor himself.
He was stabbed in the back. There's no way he could have committed suicide.
There would be no intruder. The doctor was already in the lab.
There's no way the doctor could have committed suicide being stabbed in the back like that. It's not doable. It's not possible.
Huh? What? This was the last route!
This labyrinth is a tricky one. It's like one of those old detective novels.
Well, Vivia, this labyrinth is only super tricky because it's the 4th one in the game.
Perhaps you're the real culprit, Yuma.
They're not going to keep this baby ground preschool.
Really, Master?
No.
Of course not!
Come on, you were there, stupid. Like, you've been by my side this whole time, dumbass. Come
Get out
on.
of here!
Alright. I'm going off of stab wounds in the back. That's gonna be my supporting evidence here. There's no way he could have committed suicide being stabbed in the back like that.
Right. The doctor was stabbed 3 times in the back. One stab would have indicated that he held the knife in place, then fell on it to kill himself. But he couldn't have made 3 wounds like that. There's no way it was a suicide.
Yeah, he could have fallen on it, but if you're gonna commit suicide, I'm sure there's a lot of better ways to do it than falling on a knife.
What's going on? Were all 3 routes wrong?
I mean, there was the acid in his life, but in his lab, but if you were to give me the option between a knife and acid, I would pick a knife, I think. Okay, so now that we've gone through these 3 avenues, these 3 routes, what's going to happen now? I'm curious to see what the game is going to do here. Are we being brought back to a different place? Oh, there's a fourth path.
Hey, there's another door.
That wasn't there before.
I get it! Since we proved that every possibility was wrong, a new one has appeared.
Interesting. The mystery labyrinth not only materializes the case.
Exactly, so it manifests new things based on your mental pathing and your mental reasoning and your deductive reasoning. That's cool.
Right.
I don't think I've
Something
ever seen a
felt off about
labyrinth
those
do
other
that
routes.
before.
It's almost like we were forced to choose the wrong way.
Well, I think we were mentally required to be able to make those other routes not possible, and to prove why they weren't possible, to make this
But
manifest.
by eliminating each wrong answer.
Eliminating.
one by
Thank you,
one,
Vivia. That was the fucking word I was
you
looking
opened the
for.
path to the right answer.
You sound disappointed.
It's almost weird. It's like difficult to chronicle words and conjure what you want to say and mentally track things at the same time in this game.
Let's just see what's in the final route.
Don't call it the final route, because when you call it the final route, that makes me think that I'm never going to come back.
Use spectral projection to enter and kill him?
No, that's not possible either, and I went through this myself, so here's why this isn't possible. I did think about this, and I'm going to go into this because only on account of the fact that I originally had initially suspected Vivia. But the reason that I don't think Vivia actually killed him, although I do think that Vivia entered the lab at one point or another, on account of his forte of spectral projection, is you cannot wield physical objects. You cannot touch corporeal things while incorporeal. It's not possible. While you're out of your worldly body, you cannot touch objects physically.
Then, the culprit...
You would have had to have physically held the knife to be able to kill him.
I can't believe the culprit entered the labyrinth with us. That's never happened before.
Because it's not the case, Shinigami. He didn't murder the doctor.
There is no escape! Once the mystery labyrinth is solved, the culprit will be judged! Master, let's finish up this mystery labyrinth and boom kill this dude!
We are not killing Vivia. No.
Hold on!
We're not killing Vivia. I will spank you, Missy. Or have you spank me. Whichever way, we're not killing Vivia. It's not gonna happen. He's way too pretty to kill. Look at the way he runs, dude.
Huh? Another trap?
God damn it, Shinigami.
That's why I said to wait. There's no way Vivia's the culprit.
And that's why Vivia was sighing, because she's a dumbass.
Prove it and beat this thing!
That's a lot of fucking statues, dude. How many fucking guys in Greek togas do you need to kick my ass?
I won't be convinced until you do!
It was impossible for Vivia to murder the doctor because he cannot touch anything. Ghost form traits. Not possible. Get the fuck out of here.
To begin with, nothing can be touched while in ghost form. He couldn't have held the murder weapon, the knife.
Right.
So it's not possible that he stabbed the doctor. Now do you trust Vivia?
Master, I've said this 1,000 times, but a detective must suspect everything.
Except for everything that is initially off the table because your reasoning is like a bowl of fucking cornflakes.
Besides, it's
Not
his
very
fault
good.
for being so sketchy. The way he looks, how he talks, everything is super suspicious.
That's what makes him hot. Where's that meme of Squidward going, "Oh no, he's hot"? I need that.
Sorry. I do try to stay out of sight.
Because you're too pretty for the public, Vivia.
Anyway, let's go back.
He's too beautiful.
If he's not the culprit, then we're back to square one.
No, I don't think so. Once again, I think my reasoning is gonna carry us here.
Let's try going
And I
back
think
to
that's why I've been doing a much better job in this labyrinth than the others so far. Some of the other ones I've been able to work my way through pretty quick, and a couple of them I wasn't. I did especially poor in the school one, although my intuition for that one was very strong, I just had it in some of the wrong places. But I think my intuition for this chapter, now that I've had time to actually go back and study it, I've been watching, to be able to do my theories, I've been watching this series by Just One Gamer, and he does no commentary, and it allows me to chronicle the events and take place and take note of the order in which they occur, and then I go back and I create a theory based on what I see, based on what I
There
observe,
aren't any
basically.
new doors.
So we can backtrack through this path that we initially took to go the other direction, I think.
Come on.
Don't start with that again. How about you help us for a change? You better cooperate, unless you want to get chopped up by Master Solution Blade.
Can I get stepped on by you to death first? Is that an option?
Hold on, Shinigami.
I don't want to get chopped up. I dislike pain immensely. But you know...
Okay, no, he can't be a hot topic. He can't be a hot topic goer. It's not possible.
We did eliminate many possibilities.
But that means nothing if we can't reach the truth.
But we can. We inevitably will.
Nothing? Why do you want the truth in the first place?
Huh?
It's easy to say you want the truth. But are you sure you can handle it? No matter how cruel the truth may be.
So this leads me back to my original theory that Yuma is not a real person at all. He's an artificial person. What if Yuma is a homunculus? That would explain why we don't have a memory. And what if maybe Shinigami is just saying that we established a pact with her and lost our memory to be able to manipulate us into doing all this shit to feed her power, or whatever.
Can I handle it?
I don't think
Still not
Shinigami is
sure
completely on
you're
our
the
side. I
kind
think
of
we've just been
person who
painted
can.
to believe that she is.
I bet you're not sure either. That's why you're still so hesitant.
This is chapter 4, and there's a very prevalent theme with Vivia in asking us why we want the truth so bad in the pursuit of it.
This mystery labyrinth also reflects your reluctance. Maybe that's why you can't reach the truth.
That's a very good deduction,
What are
actually.
you talking about? I've said it before and I'll say it again. I won't hesitate to expose the truth.
So you still haven't realized it? Guess you're not quite there yet. Well, that's fine for
Vivia
now.
knows something that we don't, but he's
eventually,
not telling us. He wants us
You'll
to
be
find for
forced
ourselves.
to make a choice.
Or he's just too lazy to give us the actual truth.
When that happens, you have to prove your conviction and expose the truth. Like you said.
I think we are definitely most certainly dying at the end of this game.
Enough nonsense. Let's find some clues.
I've been made to believe that, given the themes that it expresses
As
so
an
prevalently.
apology for the distraction, let me tell you something.
Oh, please do. Please have it be your phone number.
This labyrinth appears to change shape by reflecting our investigation. So,
Okay.
instead of following the revealed path, isn't it possible to carve your own path?
Carve my own path? That's right, Shinigami! We can create new routes with our own deductions.
Right.
Maybe we can do it here.
Sometimes, just a slight change in perspective is enough to completely change how you see things.
So if I change my perspective here, I might see something new.
So what is our new deduction going to be? Like, the culprit has to be somebody that we know, right?
See, I was so focused on how to overcome the security system.
Instead of why?
But that's not right. I need to change my perspective and think about
Who?
who could have overcome it.
That's what I thought.
Don't box yourself in with your own assumptions.
Yeah, see, that's something that comes very, very heavily with being a detective, is you can't do that. If you wall yourself off from considering other possibilities, your reasoning will lead you to all the wrong places and you'll never find a conclusion.
Okay, I'll give it a shot.
I hate when the anemic vampire tells us what to do. But if Master wants to, then fine. I'll lend you my power. Lay it all out, Master.
Gotcha. Oh no, not the fucking barrel! Not the barrel! I suck at the barrel! Shit! I fucking hate the barrel. I fucking suck at the barrel. God damn it. I hate it whenever she pulls this out. I know bad things are gonna come. And we get to see Shinigami in a two-piece if I win. Damn it. Shinigami puzzle. Okay, what do we got going on? How long is it? What is the question, first of all?
Puzzle it out.
Who is capable of overcoming the security system? I'm a pal. Amapal. It's gotta be Amapal. Nice. Okay, this one was easy. Thank God. Thank the heavens. See, when I did the barrel minigame before, let me spell this out for you guys. I never noticed that there was a question down here. As big and as prevalent as it is and how much it takes up the screen, I never saw that before. I was focused on the letters and how much space I had to reason. I was trying to pick out the answer from the letters on the barrel as the barrel was spinning, given how much space that I had. Like, I was picturing it as Hangman, but I wasn't reading the question. I was only reading the blank. I wasn't reading what led up to the blank. So all this time, that's why I've been terrible at the fucking minigame. And I blamed the minigame initially, and I thought the minigame was composed like dog shit, but that's not the case. I'm just an idiot.
This is all thanks to me.
So I disserviced the game and was quick to blame the developers by saying this is a very poorly constructed minigame without knowing what the fuck I was talking about on account of something obvious because I'm a dumbass.
I wish you'd express yourself a little better. How can we tell
That
if
being
you're
said, I
happy
feel
or
like I've
sad?
deduced my way through those pretty well for only knowing, you know,
never
the
been
letters and shit and going off of that alone, so.
In my
But
entire life.
it's just something stupid.
I wanna die someday.
I just wanted to tell you guys that way I don't look like that much of an idiot. Like, at least it's now believable.
This guy's hopeless.
Anyway, let's explore this new route.